Hello, everybody, and welcome to my fourth Q&A episode. Again, thank you for all your questions. Please keep them coming by just popping them in the comments below, or posting them on the forum, or just dropping me an email, whatever suits you best. But yeah, keep them on coming in. I quite enjoy answering them. It gives me a little bit of a challenge sometimes as well, so that's good. And let's just get started. So, first question I've got today is from Darren Zhu, and he says, many thanks to your VBA videos. Now I'm comfortable and independently build up some simple models and useful workbook to manage stuffs. Lately I've been investigating ways to build my personal code library so I can store some useful functions and subroutines that I've written so I may reuse them again and take them with me from place to place. I've been searching around on the internet and have started building an XLAM add-in. However, I've experienced a couple of problems, like sometimes I'm not able to save it if I modify it from another workbook, and I've not really figured out a way to call the subroutines from another workbook properly. I've just simply using that to store codes but not using it as an add-in, which I imagine you should be able to call the functions from that file. I've got some videos on add-ins which I'm assuming you've already watched, so I'm not just going to repeat those. What I will say is that I generally, as a rule of thumb, don't use add-ins, and the reason for that is a lot of the stuff that I do involves kind of hundreds and hundreds of users, and to go through and make sure all of them have your relevant add-in installed is a pain, to say the least. So I literally have just a document where any functions I use all the time, I plop in that document and I just copy and paste them into my code. And for me, that's the best way to do it. And that's probably the way I'd advise doing it as well. The add-ins are great, but they're more a way of giving people a way of downloading your code rather than actually using it yourself, I would say. I'm not a massive fan of add-ins, especially since they're now a little bit obsolete with the new apps for Office anyway. So I'd probably avoid using them, and I just create functions and just put them in each sheet that I want to use. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it. I might not be a little bit efficient, but that's the best way I find of doing it for my circumstances. So good question, good interesting question, so thanks for that, Darren. Next question, and I apologise if I say this wrong, from Ogujifor Knight. And hello, thanks for videos. It helped me in my search to create a good Excel quiz. I've a little problem with the user form after I finish the design and all the code is to pop up once the workbook is open, but I want to stop users from being able to close the user form using the X button, because once it's closed the whole process doesn't run. This is quite simple. So if we just create ourselves a little user form, so insert user form, and what you're saying you want to do is stop them from closing that down. There's a couple of ways to do this. We can go into view code, and then we can go to user form, deactivate, terminate. Oh, let me just choose the right one. I think it's query close, and then you just put cancel equals true. So now if we press, if we open up our user form and we try to close it, then it's not going to close. And the only way we've got of doing it is to, and I forgot how you do it on a Mac, which is going to be annoying. There we go. It's just control pause break, and then that's it. So you just go into your code, select the user form.query close, and then set cancel equals true, and that will stop people from being able to cancel it. Okay, so thanks for that question. Moving on to the next question. So this is from Paulina LP, and starts off apologising for the lack of vocabulary in English. Your English is very good, and don't ever put yourself down for it. It's a lot better than probably mine is, to be honest. So your question is, how can I reference a group of cells in a custom function as it is done, for example, in a VLOOKUP function? And so we're talking about using VLOOKUPs in VBA, and this is a lot simpler than I think you're trying to do it. You're trying to find an alternative. What you can actually do, and if I go into this code, I should have this as an example already, you can actually just use VLOOKUP function in your VBA. So you do application.worksheetfunction.VLOOKUP, and then it's the same parameters as a normal worksheet function then, and you could do this for any worksheet function, not just VLOOKUP. But then you just pass it the value you're looking for, and you can either put this in directly or you can pass it a variable. So let's say I want to find Matt Sands, that's my name. The table array, just put in any range, so you could do sheet 1 dot range A to B, and then column index is the same, so let's say I want to look at the second column, and then range lookup, I always put false. That's just your boolean that decides whether you want it to be what type of VLOOKUP you want it to be, and that's it. So that is how you would use a VLOOKUP in your VBA. Literally just use a VLOOKUP in your VBA. So hopefully that helps you, Paulina. And that's it for the questions in this episode. If you have your own questions, please drop them in the comments below and I will answer them. Let me know whether you'd rather they were in a video or whether you'd rather I just answered them in text, because I'm happy to do either or. Whatever is best for your guys. So thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you next week.